Hi, this is Jose Covarrubias and Edgar Romero presentation, and this is a presentation for the pass by reference function on the PL SQL language. Functions are the type of are a type of stored code that are very similar to procedures. The significant difference is that the function is a PL SQL block that returns a single value. Functions can accept one, many, or no parameters. But a function must have a return clause in the executable section of the function. The data type of the return value must be declared in the header of the function. A function is not a standalone executable in the way that a procedure is. It must be used in some context. You can think of it as a sentence fragment. A function has output that needs to be assigned to a variable, or it can be used in a select statement. Functions and procedures support pass by value and pass by reference methods available in other procedural programming languages. Functions return a value when they're placed as right operands in an assignment and as a calling parameter to other functions or procedures. Procedures don't return a value or reference as a right operand and can be used as a calling parameter to other functions or procedures. Pass by reference function can take literal values for any pass by value or in mode parameter, but it can't take a literal value for any pass by reference parameter. Those are in out or out mode parameters. A pass by value or pass by reference function returns a variable. You implement a pass by reference function when you need to couple behavior of the calling and call program units, known as data coupling. This happens when the function is called in a single threaded execution scope, which is the default in most transactional database applications. Tightly coupled with programs such as these let you up the return to values through the in out or out mode formal parameters. When the parameters receive raw and return process data, their formal return value of the function becomes a signal of success or failure. Pass by reference function is ideal when you want to couple clients' side interaction with server-side modules. In this context, you should define functions as an autonomous. Autonomous functions run in their own transaction scope and they're thereby independent of the calling transaction scope. The only way to know whether they succeed or fail is to capture the return state through the function return type. And here's the syntax for the return pass by reference function. As Edgar has put together this presentation, they create or replace statement. You declare that it's going to be a function, and then you give it a function name. This is anything that you want to be. Then the parameters that's going to take, as we read before, it could be in mode, out mode, or in out mode. This is 3 different modes that you can use. It must have a return statement, otherwise it would not work, or any execution statement would not do anything. And then obviously you end and then the function, and then you can declare a beginning of what it would do. I will give you an example of what this look like. Here I have declared my statements where you want to use or print out on the screen, as we know. And here's our function. We create or replace, and we call this function, and this is going to be a multiplying function. We declare 2 integers or 2 parameters. This is the 1 and this is the 2. So the function needs 2 parameters to work, or accepts 2 parameters. The return statement declares that this is an integer, and so a number will be returned. And then I start my function, what I want the function to do. I declared that it was a function, so now we're going to do that. We declared this variable here. Or we use the variable we declare on the function here, and we're going to say that the 2 parameters will be multiplied, as we see here, and be assigned to the total value or local value total, local variable total to be returned. Then we declare the return, and it will return that the variable. I use this little execution block just to print out the request for the user to enter the two variables. And then I go and do another execution block where I declare three variables. The first two for the user to input value, and the third one to be displayed. So we ask for the two variables to the user, and then here's where we call the function. I using my third variable here, and I'm going to assign whatever returns from calling the multiplying function, which we're passing two variables that we get in from here. So they go into the function above here, and then whatever returns, it's going to print out here with this message here with the asterisk, and this is what it is. So let me see what happens. I go and compile this function. And then, as we see, we ask the user for the two numbers to be input. And let's do 12, and then 12. So 12 times 12, I don't know what it is. It's 124. And so we see that it executes properly. So this is just a short presentation on pass by reference functions. Thank you.